Hello everyone. This video is solution of app ID assignment. I'll replicate all the tasks which are there in the assignment in Troika iLab Palo Alto instance. So let me first go through the topology we have and then we will start the configuration of application identification and how it works. So I have logged into the Palo Alto firewall via management IP address which is 192.168.70.104. Go to policies. I have a very basic policy setup which you know how to create it. From test PC to internet, 136.1.123.105 machine can access any IP address in untrust zone for any application as of now. And then I have created a NAT policy. And that NAT policy says any traffic from test PC to untrust should be natted with interface IP address which is 203.115.100.104. So let's do a basic test from this test machine which is 136.1.123.105 if we are able to access internet or not. Right now policy says everything is allowed, so I should be able to access everything. So I have done RDP from this machine. Let me go to the browser and try to access google.com. It should work. Let's wait for a second. Internet. Yeah, so I can access google.com. Let me try to access facebook.com and we could see. Let me try to ping as well. Ping 8.8.8.8. So I can ping internet as well. So internet is working perfectly fine from this test machine. So let's start the configuration of application identification. So lab number 1 says configure firewall to allow web browsing, DNS, SSL, ping traffic from test PC to internet. And then we have to do verification which says browse troikasystems.com, try to access facebook.com, also check if we can access google.com. Okay, so go to firewall, policies, and under policy we need to update this policy. It says as of now application as any, but we need to specify specific application here. One is web browsing, second is SSL, then I need DNS for the name to IP resolution, and for basic connectivity testing I need ping as well, so we will allow ping too. So let me correct this, ping, some issue, let me search it again, ping. Okay, click on OK and go to device and response page. I want if application is blocked by the firewall, we should be able to see the block page. So application block page has to be enabled. Enable this, and before that let me see if I have valid license or not. Go to licenses and I have license till April 23rd, so license is good. So let's commit the policy, and once commit has been done we will run these three tests: troikasystem.com, facebook.com, and we have to browse google.com as well. Now go to the test machine, close the browser, we'll launch the browser again once the policy has been pushed, and we'll start accessing the applications. Go to again, policy pushes on 70%. Okay, so go to test machine, still waiting for browser to launch. So we need to access three websites. One is troikasystems.com, second is facebook.com, and third is google.com. Some issue with the browser. Let me try to access again. Okay, now I could see multiple instances. Machine response is a bit slow. Okay, let's wait for a second. So here I could see policy has been pushed. Browser is again up. Let me close the two instances. Okay, so first try to access troikasystems.com. This should work because we have allowed web browsing as an application. So it is taking time. Let's wait. And meanwhile we can test ICMP traffic. Should be, because we did allow ping. So ping 8.8.8.8. Ping is working. So our rule number one is working okay as far as ping as an application is concerned. So I don't see any response for Troika system. Maybe slow. Let's try to access google.com for another test. Now it says access to application you were trying to use has been blocked by the firewall. So my policy is working fine. So for Google we have a specific signature on the firewall. So that is the reason that Google doesn't match with web browsing as a signature. We need to specifically allow the google.com. Let me see with troikasystems.com, https://troikasystems.com, or we can try with, for example, flipkart.com. That should match with my web browsing signature. I can browse flipkart.com. Maybe some issue with the website. And then try to access facebook.com. Again, there is no page of facebook.com. So let's go back to the firewall and see the logs. Go to monitor. Let's wait. Okay, so Facebook, if you see that Facebook traffic is getting dropped. If you see the Google based traffic, that Google based traffic is getting dropped. Because Palo Alto has specific signatures for these applications, that is the reason traffic is getting dropped on the firewall. And for all the common application which fall under SSL or web browsing, that traffic will be allowed by the firewall. For example, flipkart.com or snapdeal.com or troikasystems.com. So that's what we wanted to do in task 1. We are able to access normal websites like Flipkart. Facebook.com is being blocked because we have a specific signature on the firewall. And then Google.com, again it is being blocked because we need to specifically allow this traffic. So let's move to task number 2. It says update firewall policy so that user from the same machine should be able to access Google, Facebook and LinkedIn application. Okay, back to firewall, go to policies and then add a new policy. Social networking access. Source is from test PC. Source address is 136.123.0/24. Let's keep it for complete subnet. Go to destination. Traffic will go to untrust zone, and destination address is any because of internet, and then application. I want to allow just Facebook base, for example. I want to allow Google base. I misspelled Google. So Google GOOG. We should see Google base, and then I want to allow LinkedIn. LinkedIn as a base. So application default under service, you all know what does that mean. And then action allowed, logging enabled. So for testing, I want to see the quick logs. So log at session start I have enabled. Okay, and commit the policy. So verification of this task is google.com. So in task 1, google.com was not working. In this, after this policy push, we should be able to see google.com web page. I should be able to I'll run one test. So LinkedIn test you can try. So I'll run Facebook as an application. So I should be able to see Facebook as an application front page, and then we'll see what happens with Facebook chat or Facebook post. So we'll monitor once the policy has been pushed. Okay, so it is almost done. Click on close, go to firewall, facebook.com. Earlier it was not working. Now I can see a login page. Let me log in from Troika system account, and then we will see if we are able to chat and post let me try again with the password. Okay, I'm logged in. So I have allowed only Facebook as a base application. So ideally, I should not be able to do chat, and I should not be able to post anything on the Facebook page. But let's try that. Or in fact, let's first see the logs, and then we can try to do a chat basically and try to post something on the Facebook wall. So go to monitor. Now if you see, Facebook base is being allowed by the firewall. Action is allowed. Do we see Facebook chat? Yes. And if you see the action, Facebook chat has reset both. So that means Facebook as a base application is being allowed by the firewall, but Facebook chat, the moment we open facebook.com, there is a window on the side which try to connect to the Facebook chat server. That is now being blocked. So let me close this. So this connection from Facebook page to the chat server is being blocked by the firewall. So I should be able to see, here you see, unable to connect chat, reconnecting in 10 seconds. So I'm successfully able to basically block the chat application from my web page to the chat server on the Facebook. But the application is so intelligent. If I try to send some message to a person, messages are getting delivered, because the moment you try to do a SSH, moment you try to send message via Facebook chat, it falls back to SSL. You should be able to see in the logs. First packet Facebook chat, then second packet SSL. Let me scroll down. Here if you see, the same IP address 157.240.720, one request was being allowed, which is SSL, and second request was being allowed, which was blocked, which is reset both. So what we have to do is, we are able to block the connection, but we are still able to chat to the end user, because application send all that information inside encrypted payload, which firewall is not able to inspect, identify, and decrypt. So my next lab says, configure firewall to intercept outgoing SSL traffic. So we need certificate basically. In that case, firewall will act as a man in the middle. Firewall will start intercepting SSL request. Firewall will decrypt everything. Firewall will analyze. Firewall will inspect, and based on the policy, if traffic is allowed, firewall will re-encrypt that traffic and forward that to the destination server. Now it says we should be able to block Facebook as a chat. So right now connection is blocked, but we are able to chat. We are able to chat with the end user. I want to block that as well. So what we need a certificate basically on the firewall. So we will use one third-party free application to generate certificate. Self-signed certificate generator is one URL which I use most of the time. You can use any URL from where you can generate the certificates. So domain name here is anything. Here I have mentioned troika.com. Click on generate, and now you have a key and certificate. Download this. Let me save that to my desktop. Okay, save, download cert as well, save as, and again on the desktop. Go to the firewall, device certificates. Click on import. Let me cancel this first. Click on import and give certificate name as troika.com for example, and browse for the certificate file. Certificate file is this. Okay, I want to import the private key as well, so click on browse and import the key which we have downloaded. And if you want to export the certificate, I'll tell you in a minute why this export is required. We need to specify a passphrase. So I'm specifying passphrase here as admin123, admin123. Click on OK. So it's importing the certificate to the firewall. Now firewall will use the certificate to intercept SSL request. Now we do not have root certificate, root authority on the firewall for this certificate basically. So let's forcefully enable these options: forward trust certificate, forward untrust certificate, and trusted root CA. And let's say SSL exclude certificate as well. So click on OK. Now, so we have decided this certificate will intercept SSL request. Now, next is which traffic you want to intercept. So we need to specifically define, else firewall will start intercepting everything. So I need Facebook for example. So test URL facebook.com. It says facebook.com is not resolved. So it tries to do a DNS lookup from firewall to the cloud. So there could be a case DNS is not configured on the firewall. That is the reason it is not able to resolve. So go to firewall again, device section, go to setup, and then services. DNS is defined. So it should resolve DNS query. But if you go to service route configuration, customize, so for DNS it initiate connection always from the management interface. I want traffic to be initiated from my public facing interface, which is 1/3 and address is 104. Click on OK, and commit the policy. So once policy is committed, I should be able to see the category of a facebook.com by executing command test URL facebook.com. So policy push is still in process. Let's wait for a few seconds and then we can run a test, and then based on the result of the category we will create a decryption policy. So Facebook normally is part of social networking, so we should be able to see facebook.com. Still not able to resolve. Let me try to ping facebook.com. Let's see if DNS works or not. So 203.115.100.104 host facebook.com. It is working. Okay, now let me try again. It is not able to resolve. Go to firewall again, service route configuration, for cloud, for Palo Alto updates. So let me change this. Let me see. Let me try again. For this URL updates, this is again from the management interface. So let's update this to initiate traffic via public facing interface. So that should resolve this resolution problem. Click on OK and then commit the policy. Go to CLI again, and in a moment we should be able to see that facebook.com is getting resolved into a category. So let's wait. Okay, we are at 55%, 70, and done. Let's see. Still it doesn't work. No. Yeah, so policy has been committed now. It takes some time, and now I could see facebook.com is getting resolved in social networking category. So and now I know I want to decrypt the traffic related to the social networking category. Go to the firewall again, policies, SSL decryption, and then create a policy. Social networking as the name of this policy. Source zone as test PC. Source address is 136.123.0/24. Destination zone is untrust. Then destination address any, because we are going over the internet, and then URL category, let's specify social. So those who do not have license, they have to decrypt everything. They do not have an option to specify the category here. Because I have a license, I can specify the categories. Go to option, I want to decrypt, and under decryptions SSL forward proxy and decryption profile as default. Click on OK. So after this policy, firewall will intercept every request related to social networking. Firewall will inspect the traffic. Firewall will try to identify the signature type of application, and then based on the policy, firewall will take decision whether to allow the traffic or drop the traffic. Now it says only, my policy says only Facebook base is allowed. Facebook chat should be blocked. So click on commit and policy will be installed. Now before I do a test for this task, I need to tell my browser to trust the certificate, which will come from the firewall instead of Facebook. My browser already trusts the Facebook root certificate, but my browser doesn't trust the certificate which I have imported on the firewall. So I need to export now this certificate, and the password, if you remember, for the exportation, that will be required now. So click on close here, go to the test machine. I'll browse the firewall here so that I can export the certificate and then re-import into the browser. So https 192.168.70.104. Login. Need to go to again device certificates, and then I will be able to export the certificate from the firewall to my local machine. And then we need to import the certificate back to my browser before I do any test. Let's wait for a second. Takes time, machine is slow, browser is old. Okay. So we have a decryption policy set up. Meanwhile, we can review the configuration. Decryption policy, social networking will be decrypted, and my security policy says only Facebook base is allowed, which you have already seen. So chat has to be blocked. Let's see if it has been loaded. Some issue with this browser. Now it should pop up in a second. Meanwhile, let me show you. Show session all, filter application Facebook -chat. If yes, so we could see state as discard. So firewall is dropping this Facebook chat application traffic. If you see Facebook as a base, active, so traffic is being allowed by the firewall. Again, don't ask me again. Continue. So we could see uh, space is being allowed and chat is being blocked. Let's wait for a second. Okay. Um, some browser is too old, so I'll update my browser in next lab. So okay, we are in device certificates. We need to export the certificate. Okay, select this troika.com certificate and click on export. Export private key, passphrase is admin123. Admin123. Okay. So save this file. Okay. cert_troika.com pem1. Okay, good. Go to browser. I don't need firewall now. Close this. Go to options, then advanced, view certificates. Let me see if I have any certificate on the name of Troika already installed in the browser. For example, Troika. I have one certificate which I will delete. Okay, I'll click on import. Sorry. So that's the latest certificate, troika.com. Trust the CA to identify website, email addresses, software developers if you need. Okay. And then okay. Let me refresh facebook.com. Very basic step to verify if firewall is intercepting SSL traffic or not. So verify who has given you the certificate, Facebook or a firewall. So right now certificate has come from DigiCert, so that means firewall has not intercepted. So let me close the browser and try again, because that page might get refreshed from the cache. So I'll close the browser, I'll relaunch the browser, and then we'll try to access the facebook.com. And another basic test, show system setting SSL decrypt and then setting, enter. So we should see forward proxy ready as yes. So that means firewall is ready to intercept SSL traffic based on our configuration. So go back to the machine, close the browser, again close this, and launch Mozilla again. We should see certificate from the firewall. That means not DigiCert certificate. We should see a certificate from troika.com. Go back to the test machine and browse facebook.com. From where we have got the certificate, because that's a basic test. You first need to verify this, only then it makes sense to test the chat application. We see verified by troika.com. So firewall is intercepting this request. I don't see a connection to chat server. Try to ping a user. Pan app ID testing, for example. Now I see the message failed to send. Click to send again. So we are able to block the chat messages from the test machine to the end user by decrypting SSL traffic. Let's verify in the logs. Facebook page should work. All the sessions are active. Now we have a star. Earlier it was not there. So that star signifies traffic is now getting decrypted on the firewall. Facebook chat. I could see discard traffic. So firewall is decrypting the traffic. Firewall is identifying the type of traffic is Facebook chat, and then because we do not have a policy, traffic is getting dropped on the firewall. You guys can try lab related to LinkedIn. So for LinkedIn base should work, but you should not be able to post anything over a LinkedIn. Let's move to next lab. It says create custom DNS signature for domain exploit-db.com. So I'll implement this task 4. Task 5 you guys have to try how to build a HTTP signature. I'll show you how to build the DNS one. Try with the HTTP one. And then 6 I'll leave for you guys. You guys need to implement this task. This is fairly simple. So DNS signature. So why custom signatures are required? First thing. So that is important to understand. So for example, you have a homegrown application, and for that there is no signature in the Palo Alto. Either you can force your firewall, to inspect the traffic at layer 3, layer 4, or you can create a custom signature. So what we are going to do is, based on this exploit-db.com, we will create a signature. How the lab will be done, how the verification will be done, let me show you first. So for example, go to command prompt and ns lookup exploit-db.com. So I could see IP address of exploit-db. I want to create a signature. For example, assume this as a malicious website. Actually it is not. There are so many good exploits available on this website. Let's assume I want to block this website. So normally we block the website at HTTP level, at the domain level. I don't want to waste my firewall resources. I want the moment somebody is trying to do a DNS lookup for exploit-db.com, that traffic has to be dropped at the DNS level, at the DNS lookup level. Don't process DNS request, waste firewall resources, and then when HTTP request will come in, then drop the traffic. So I want to block the request at the DNS level only. So go to the firewall, go to objects, click on application, operation failed, let me try again. So go to application, let me see if there is an issue with my VPN works fine. Go to dashboard, unable to get system info, something wrong with the firewall. Let me try to access that again. So login page, let me log in again. Admin, and so we have logged in again to the firewall, and then we need to create a custom signature for DNS traffic. Let's wait for the tabs to appear on the web page, and then we will start the configuration. So you need to follow the same steps for task 5, and task 6 is nothing but you need to just create an application filter. And I'll update this assignment again in a day or two because there is no task related to application override, and application groups. So two more tasks I will update in this assignment. Still nothing. I have, yes, I can access CLI of the device. So there was some issue with the management access. I can access the firewall now. Go to objects, applications, click on add. Name of the signature is, for example, exploit. Let me select exploit -db. Type of application, so it can be any information. So for example, business system, software development, technology, browser based, and go to advanced. Port number, so application will use UDP53 because we are trying to block the signature at UDP level, DNS level. Go to signature, signature name, click on add first, then name, exploit -db, click on add, pattern match, context, DNS. So DNS request section, here the host information goes in the payload, and that host information is www, or we'll try to, for example, test with exploit-db.com. so exploit-db.com. okay, click on OK, OK, and then OK. Push the policy. So if my signature is fine, the moment I will do exploit-db.com and NS lookup from test machine, I should not see any IP address. And in the logs, I should see my signature has triggered, which has blocked this traffic, which is exploit-db. So let's wait for policy to be pushed, and then we can test from test machine to exploit-db.com domain and try to resolve this. Let me go to again, so it works as of now. Then again, policy pushes in process. Let's wait for a few seconds, and then we can verify through CLI and via logs. Almost done, 99%. Click on close, go to test machine, and let's see if my signature is working or not. exploit-db.com. It seems to be working. So it says now request timeout, no IP address. Very good. Go to monitor, and I should see my signature exploit-db. Do we see? Yes, we do see exploit-db.com, and traffic is being denied. So that's how you can create a custom signature on the firewall. You need to create a one for HTTP. You need to, as of now, troikasystem.com is matching through web browsing. You need to create a custom signature. So that custom signature should trigger the moment you try to access troikasystems.com. Then task 6, application filter, not that difficult. You can easily create this. And then I will add 2 more tasks by tomorrow in this assignment. So thank you very much for your time. Let's wait for next video for the solution of upcoming 2 tasks. Thank you very much.